up, we got Jayden Daniels. Steve, you want to take this one?
I think it's Lamar, and I'm not high on Daniels. I would not comp him to Lamar Jackson, but I think the skinny runner who has track speed, the fact that Lamar hit and has won 2 MVPs, I think that's the reason why Daniels could go third, maybe. Otherwise, I don't get it.
Is this so? How much does it have to do with size? Do we have a scarred Panthers fan talking about a physical statistical outlier player feeling afraid?
Have you seen him play? That's all. He is a cartoon character. Like that's how he approaches the game. He's Johnny Knoxville.
Is Jayden Daniels comp what Bill Polian thought Lamar Jackson was?
That's
I feel like that skinny, athletic, black quarterback that runs a lot and runs very successfully, but like everyone doubts him as a passer. That's kind of what Lamar was coming out. I feel like people I feel like Jayden Daniels is not like as bad as what Bill Polian thought. Like he was telling Lamar Jackson to be a running back, but like Jayden Daniels is not anywhere close to Lamar Jackson was as a passer coming out of Louisville. Not anywhere close. And like a lot of that's with like recklessness and even the stuff that he's gotten better at. Yeah, you get better at that when you're 23, 24 years old and have played as long as he has. And I think that we always talk about in the draft process about like how they get better over time and going from their second to third year or fourth year. Like you want to see that improvement, but you want to see it in ways that like you don't just naturally get better by just having time on task and having reps. And I think a lot of that's like, wait, I'm realizing I have this edge over 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds with less experience than me, running the ball more and doing all these things. I don't know. I feel like I like Jayden Daniels and I like the idea of like coming out of the draft with him. But like when you compare it to I got Jayden Daniels at number 3 overall, and I'm the Raiders, and I traded 2 firsts to go get him because I need to go get this guy. Versus like say taking some of these names we'll bring up like either Bo Nix or Michael Penix in the top of the second. I'm taking Nix and Penix at the top of the second way before I'm kind of risking a lot on Jayden Daniels. And it's not even about just him getting better. I think the better word is like him being different. Like he has to be a different style player in the NFL, not just better, but like how he thinks about everything. I mean, he plays like Crash Bandicoot. I mean, he's like running straight into defensive players and like a little bit reckless and like stuff that like won't work in the league. That's not something that you need to like improve on. That's something that like a mindset change that if you're drafted number 3 overall and things are shit's hitting the fan, you're going to go back to what worked. And if you go back to what worked in the league, it's going to be a disaster.
And particularly like, okay, think about it in this sense. You're not the Raiders trading up and selling the farm to get the opportunity. But say you're the Patriots and you have number 3 and the board goes as the board is maybe being predicted to go, and you have an opportunity you can take Jayden Daniels or you can pass on quarterback and try to trade your pick or whatever. Is the value there for you if it's just number 3 overall? If
I'm Elliott Wolf and I'm the Patriots at 3, I am sprinkling, juicing Jayden Daniels hype everywhere and then selling the pick to the highest bidder. Because if there is that legitimate, because you've heard conversations here in Indy, people are saying Daniels might go too. Like Daniels might be the second best quarterback in this class used by the league. I bet that's Wolf.
Do you think that's
Wolf? That's Wolf. Wolf's like, I could hear him going too. And then people are like, you got Antonio Pierce, who obviously coached him at Arizona State. You got a team that's like maybe looking to come up and likes Jayden Daniels. From there, it's like, if the Patriots come out of this draft trading number 3 overall for like a king's ransom, even just one future first, that's in my opinion, a bigger win than taking him at 3 and objectively taking a huge risk on a prospect that has a very wide range of outcomes. And I haven't said that phrase yet, and I say it too much in the draft process, but like every prospect has a range of outcomes.
We love a wide range of outcomes.
Daniels has a very wide range of outcomes. Is it wide
with him? Let me push back against that.
Okay. Like, it's just not gonna work.
Here's my problem.
You're just saying it's out or you're out.
He has a mid-arm. That's what nobody will talk about.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a strong arm. And I think what covers it up is that he throws a good 9 ball. I don't even believe in that. He has 2 NFL receivers on the outside.
Yeah.
Who's the second best go ball thrower in this draft, by the way? Does he play for Washington? Does he also have 2? Who's the best one in the NFL? Is it Jalen Hurts? And does he have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith? It's funny how that turns out.
Your go ball prettiness is often tied to receivers making adjustments on the ball downfield. And like Roma Dunze, who we're not going to talk receivers, but Washington receiver, played with Penix. Dudes makes adjustments on deep balls better than maybe anybody in this class. Yeah. And that will help you so much when I feel like we came out of that semifinal. And we're going to talk about Penix later, but we came out of that semifinal about Penix and everyone's like, is this the best deep ball thrower the league has ever seen? And like you're just consistently seeing Odunze just like the way he attacks the ball in the air just makes it feel like everything's that much more accurate. With Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas Jr., 2 receivers that could go in the first round, they helped him a lot too on some of those deep balls.
Here's my comparison. Have you ever done like this thing? Like someone shoots a basket into it? And you
yeah,
like
I think I have.
And you kind of like make
oh,
it.
I see.
And then
Steven's
the person
making a basketball hoop with his arm.
Yeah, this is bad podcasting. But the person that shot the shot doesn't get to go, I'm a good shooter.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
Steph Curry.
True. I'm Steph Curry.
But I think he's on the other end of that. What I asked earlier, like, why are you scrambling? And he does not scramble to throw. My comp for him is Jalen Hurts, a skinny one who can't survive. One tush push.
And is not necessarily playing behind the Eagles' offensive line.
Does he squat? What's the number that everyone says? Does he squat 600 pounds? I don't think so. I don't think Jayden Daniels has
Can you
that.
imagine?
But he had, I saw some stat, I think it was 43% of his snaps that dropbacks that end outside the pocket and in a scramble.
Wow.
It can't be that high.
He's
and his
also-
pressure to sack rate is another big red flag.
He has, I think, a 24% pressure to sack rate in his career. And it's not something that has gotten progressively better, even going from Arizona State to LSU. And of any quarterback taken in the first round over the last 5 years, it'd be the highest. And like that pressure to sack rate, and this is former PFF guy, love the data, love what's translatable and like what actually like goes to the league. Pressure to sack rate is one of the most consistent or like high correlating stats from going college to the NFL. Because
we were talking about this with Sheil like a couple weeks ago.
It factors in so much, right? Are you throwing the ball away when you have to throw the ball away?
Yeah.
Are you scrambling out of the pocket and obviously extending with your legs is a bigger part of that? And are you getting the ball out on time? And those 3 things, like a lot of that's pocket mobility, a lot of that's also just like pocket awareness and having presence in the pocket and making those right decisions. There is a play, and everyone's already sent it out on Twitter 100 times, where like snaps the ball, doesn't see what he likes for whatever reason, and like Johnny Knoxville jackass dives over the top and like gets slammed in the turf, and that you result to that in the league, it's not going to end well.
The Florida State play.
Yeah, the Florida State play.
He jumps into the air. It's a pile. Like at the line of scrimmage. This isn't the open field. It's insane. You can't play like that.
You can't.
Decisions.